Welcome to Grad Scholar, Education, Opportunities and Scholarships.
Hello everyone, welcome to Grad Scholar. I'm so excited once again that you are here. So today I want to talk about SOP, which is Statement of Purpose. Probably you are looking forward for admission or maybe a scholarship opportunities in maybe various schools. You've checked up their website, you've checked up their requirements, okay, this is what they want, and you've seen that in all their requirements, Statement of Purpose is one of them. So that's exactly what we want to talk about today, so that you would have that enlightenment about what Statement of Purpose is and what is expected of you. Because remember that the schools are receiving applications from all around the world, so you want to make your application to stand out best. And one of the ways is shooting in a winning statement of purpose. And that's exactly what I'm going to walk you through in this video. Don't go nowhere, just stay here. So now, SOP, like I said, means statement of purpose. Now, there are a lot of paragraphs in the statement of purpose that is expected of you. You could make your statement of purpose maybe like in 6 paragraphs or in 7 paragraphs, and maybe around 500 to 700 words. It shouldn't be too long, it shouldn't be too bulky. And also, while writing your statement of purpose, okay, I just want to give you an overview at this time. While writing your statement of purpose, ensure that your sentences are grammatically right, and also ensure that you are not plagiarizing. Now, some schools have plagiarizing software where by the time they receive your statement of purpose, they slot into this plagiarizing software. So if you had copied someone's statement of purpose, automatically it's going to show, and that will mark you down. So I want to show you how you could generate a unique statement of purpose that is unique to you, something that talks about you, something that reflects your achievements, something that reflects your leadership abilities, your entrepreneurial skills, your academic performance, professional achievements, personal values, and all you are going to bring into graduate school that will make the department to see you as the best candidate of choice for that school that you've been dreaming to attend. So move on. Now, the very first paragraph, you start with an exciting, you need to start with a catchy paragraph, because remember, you are not before the admissions committee, neither are you before the scholarship committee, you are not there in person. So your statement of purpose is like your presence, it's like a defense of all your abilities, professionally, academically, personal values, and all of that. That's exactly what your statement of purpose is. So you want to make sure that your statement of purpose best represents who you are and is unique to your achievements, to your abilities, and to your... That's how it goes. So the first paragraph should be catchy. It should be something interesting, something captivating that would make them want to look into more lines of the statement of purpose. Make it very interesting. Start with a peculiar story, a story about your childhood, a story about how your undergraduate studies was able to play around into the course you want to study, or probably maybe your upbringing or your environment where you were living before, your background, educational, psychological, whatever, how these things, or maybe your family, how these things were able to play around to get you to where you are. So you could start with something of sorts in an opening paragraph, or you could equally start with how, maybe while you were studying a certain course in the university, you came across some modules in those courses that got you very excited, and you performed well in those courses, and those courses led you to seeking for further understanding, and that's why you are applying for maybe a master's of research or a PhD position, or whatsoever graduate certificate or graduate program you wish to. So there are a lot of ways to start the very first paragraph of your statement of purpose to be able to reflect uniquely your identity. Okay, the first paragraph also should contain your course of study. You're interested in pursuing maybe a master's degree or a PhD position in so and so school. In your second paragraph, you talk about your undergraduate studies, how you enrolled in your school, mention your school. Be very specific in your statement of purpose. If you are talking about places, please mention those places. If you are talking about your school, please mention your school. If you are talking about people, mention their names. Be very specific. Now, this is what proves that you attended that school, or this is also what proves that maybe you've been to such and such place, or this is what proves that you've networked with so and so person, or maybe you know him, you know his work, and it's something you're interested in. Your personal motivation. Talk about some of the courses you did in your undergraduate, and probably how you loved them, how you performed well. Talk about your performance. Bachelor's degree, definitely there's a project or there's a research at the end in order to completely fulfill all the requirements for conferment of your bachelor's degree. So you would also love to talk about your third paragraph. You talk about your research experience. This is what you did. This was the topic of your research, and if you were a leader in your research group, this is also the time to bring it up and maybe talk about how you led so and so people and you did this research, and probably this is what you were able to come up with. Talk about just briefly, you could talk about your results. Okay, these are my results, this is what I got, and I was able to infer that this and this and this and this. So you know exactly what I'm talking about. So talk about the research you did, your research experience. That also adds to the fact that you are going for, say you are going for a research graduate program, maybe in your master's or in your PhD, is also going to help to galvanize the fact that you have that experience, you have that tenacity to be able to support. Also, your fourth paragraph, you talk about your internship. Okay, this is where you interned maybe during your bachelor's degree, one of the semesters in the summer or whatsoever. You interned in so and so place, and while you intern there, now when you talk about your internship experience, do well to also talk about the contributions you made in the company or in the industry, wherever you interned at, and also be able to explain the skills. What are the things that you've gotten? What are the things you learned as a result of being an intern in XYZ place? You should be able to talk about that. Talk about your skills here. You can talk about team playing skills. Team playing skills with your fellow interns, and this is what people were able to accomplish for the company. So your next paragraph should talk about leadership. Yeah, you should have some form of leadership skills, of course. That will be expected of you in grad school. So you should have. If you do not have, you should already start thinking of how to get an experience in that direction. But just look around. Definitely, probably you were a class representative, or maybe in your research project, you were the team lead, or maybe you may not have even been a team lead, but maybe as a member of a particular group or organization, you'll be able to find out problems that came up in that organization, and you're able to solve them. So you could come up with stuff like that. Okay, maybe you made a recommendation for XYZ department to solve XYZ problem, and you brought it up to the management, and the management accepted it, and they were able to implement it. And by implementing it, probably it has cut costs in the company by so and so percent, or it has been able to boost employee motivation, or it has been able to increase productivity and output of the company. So when you talk about your volunteer experiences, maybe you volunteered in an orphanage, you volunteered in prison to give food, whatever charity organization you may have been involved in, this is also the time to talk about it. But don't forget, keep it short and concise. The very final paragraph is going to be your summary, and in this summary, you are going to just summarize everything, and also you are going to talk about what interests you about the school. Yeah, you would need to talk about what interests you about the school. So you could talk about maybe you search for a professor in your department, the department you want to apply to, and you see his work. Oh, this professor works on so and so, and that's the research area that I'm interested in. So you could be able to link up and say, oh, the works of Professor so and so, or the area of specialization of Professor XYZ is of interest to me because probably maybe it's what you did in your undergraduate studies that you were not able to complete, or maybe it's just an advanced research that he is doing on something you may have done in your bachelor's, so it's something you would love to continue. So you could talk about a professor's work and how you're interested in his area of specialization, and you could talk about the department, how the department has modern facilities that are able to, you're able to run tests, you're able to go through your research, so you, at the end, now the school also expects you to praise them, so you should be able to say, with a combination of maybe professionalism, creative solutions to regional problems and even global problems from this institution, or maybe talk about the practicum, or you could talk about the award of the school. How the school has been able to reach a certain ranking, by providing solutions. Probably if the course you are applying for maybe has something like a co-op, or it has an internship, you could also talk about the fact that, this and all will be able to add to your experience in graduate studies. So I think that's all about statement of purpose. And I believe you have been able to get something. But I also want to talk about this. Stay to the end of the video, because at the end of the video I'm going to give you a free gift here on this channel. So what's the free gift now? Okay, so I'm going to offer to review your statement of purpose. Okay, say you don't know where to start. For example, maybe you don't know where to start. Maybe you are here on statement of purpose and you are confused, you don't know where to start. Now, I'm going to offer to look into your statement of purpose. Just hit me up on my mail that you are seeing on the screen. That's gradscholar@gmail.com. So hit me up there, tell me about your ambition, tell me about the fact that, you listen to this video and you need me to assist you in your statement of purpose. So I'm very much ready and available. So just hit me up, okay? Okay, so maybe you are thinking, what qualifies me to review your statement of purpose? Now, actually, for around 3 years plus, I've been on this journey, trying to seek admission into universities in the UK, in the US, and Norway, and some other countries. So what has happened over the years is that I started writing my statement of purpose, but it wasn't good enough. I had to meet people, they reviewed my statement of purpose, and I also got some other resources online, and I was able to get something very standard. And with that, I got admission in different schools in the UK. I got admission to Queen Mary University of London, got admission to University of Leeds, UK, got admission to University of Manchester, UK, got admission to Coventry University in the UK. I also got admission to Northeastern University in Silicon Valley campus in the US. I also got admission to Western Illinois University in the US. So with my statement of purpose, I've been able to get admission to all of these schools, and I'm just in a stage where I just need to choose which one do I go for, and some of them I have funding. So that's exactly why I think I'm qualified to review your statement of purpose. So this video was helpful. Do well to drop your comments on the comment section, and also hit me up on gradscholar@gmail.com. I'll review your SOP for free. So thank you so much for staying to the end of this video.